peeps, good morning from Goa. So I have woke up late for obvious reasons. Actually, I didn't get proper sleep in last 2-3 days. So woke up at 8:45. I got showered and now heading to the restaurant for breakfast. So I'll just have a quick bite, and the plans that I have now onwards is head out to Vengurla today itself. It's 135 kilometers ride that I'm going to do, and in between I have plans to visit a couple of places. If that turns out good, I'll be there, because the problem with solo travel is when you're carrying all your luggage on your bike, that cannot be left alone when you're going inside in any place that you want to visit. So typical of Goa, so typical of Goa. That's the beauty of it. So I'm done with my breakfast. This is the place where I'm staying. The Found Things. Pretty neat place, reasonable rates. You all know how Goa can be expensive in season. But yeah, I found my catch. So I'm not going to rest here right now, and heading to my room to get all my stuff and probably get everything packed and loaded on my bike. It's a lovely morning. I don't feel like leaving Goa, but I have to. Traveling cheap is something which I have been doing, so that you can do more rides with the limited amount of money that you have. I hope this is useful for you guys, whoever is doing it. And bargain, man, you know. I think I've got good bargaining skills. Just catch the moment when you're reaching the place. If you're staying only for night, convince them for all the stuff and you can get good price. Mess. I have to put all this stuff on my bike, and probably I'll do it in next 15-20 minutes. Once I'm done, I'll catch up with you guys. Okay, so I'm all set to leave to Vengurla. The weather is not that pleasant. It's kind of sweaty as expected in Goa, but keeping the fact in mind that it's November, it's supposed to be pleasant, no issues. So my stay here was really nice, pleasant. Everything was great. I was not expecting that cheap price for an accommodation, due to the fact that it's a season time, November end, and you know, the prices can go higher.
A lot of people complain about being tired on the journey way back home. I say a journey, after all, neither begins in the instant we set out, nor ends when we have reached to our doorstep once again. It all starts much earlier and is really never over. Usually the first day of my touring plan consists of the longest amount of kilometers that I can cover on the way to the extreme I want to reach. This way, I'm less tempted to go back home, and while returning, I make these stops at every small distance and enjoy every scenic place possible. Logic behind that? Well, I haven't yet figured out myself.
Good evening from Vengurla. I reached here at 2:30 in the afternoon and I checked into the resort where I've been before. So right now I've come to see the lighthouse. I don't know if you don't have the view. So there are some 800-900 steps that I need to take to reach to the lighthouse. So hopefully to get a nice view of the city and the sea. It's kind of a bummer. The lighthouse is closed. I climbed 50 stairs. There was one guy who was coming downstairs. He said it closes at 5 p.m. I said, what? Come on. I came so far for this. This is my second trip to Vengurla and all f***ed up. I'm just soaking the sun now. Getting a nice view of the sea. You wanna see? Far. One thing that I want to discuss with you guys, the risks of solo rides. You know, the thing that I have started or said when I was traveling to Udupi. On first day I did around 750 kilometers in 12 hours. If you ask me whether it was necessary, no, it wasn't. But if I don't take the risk, how will I come to know my potential? I would say it's a calculated risk that you need to take, but growing gradually is the mantra. Do 100 kilometers ride, do 200 kilometers ride, do 250 kilometers ride. Then you can reach to that particular point. Even I am not the one who has done 750 in single. There are many people who has done even 1500 kilometers in a single day, but it's not necessary. There are pretty many risks comes with it. So I'll break down this in 3 parts. Your willingness to do such things. Okay, if you're not interested, there is no point doing it, so cut that off. Second thing is the external pressure, okay, from your family, from your friends. The pressure could be on both sides. Like if your family says that don't do such long rides, it will be very risky. What will we do if you meet with an accident? For that, my answer is I can meet with an accident even while traveling to my office. You know, I know that's not the answer to the question, but things can go wrong in your daily commute as well. So family who is pressurizing you against these rides, friends may be pushing you to do such rides. So know your potential before doing it. As I said, grow gradually to reach that point. That's the second part. And third is the risk of doing it. Calculate risk, as I mentioned. Do with your calculation. The success comes with your ability to take risk. You know, it doesn't come to you accidentally. You don't do 750 kilometers by accident. You have to plan for it. You have to work hard for it. And don't take unplanned risks or high risks. Doing these many kilometers, that many kilometers, it's just a number. Your life comes first. That should be your highest priority. Everything comes after that. So know your potential, plan, work hard for it, and then attempt it. So doing solo ride is fun. It's utter fun. It's only you who is in control. You decide where to stop, you decide where to stay, you decide what to eat. But if anything goes wrong, then you are the person who is responsible. I hope it helped you. Bye. The sunset is so beautiful, so beautiful. I love coming to Vengurla. Every time I come, it doesn't stop surprising me. That is the port. That is the lighthouse where I wanted to be today. God, I'm gonna miss this trip, man. Solo travel gives you so many memories that you only have lived, and you cannot tell that to anyone. Nobody else can feel it. That's my point. But I'm happy. This trip has been the most successful ride so far, because the first time in my life I have ridden 700 kilometers. Oh, by the way, if you remember, I have told you already, but this is the place where I've started vlogging, as in I've started my YouTube channel. The first video that I have recorded and uploaded on YouTube, this is the place. So it got so many memories. Though I have shot it in Jan, I uploaded that in, I guess, March. Yeah, fish here is really awesome, really awesome. The place where I stayed last time, I hope you can see that. There is the place. That is the place where I'm staying today. It's called Darya Raja Resort, and they charge you around 700-800. If you're ready to bargain, they can come below that as well. See, they are not paying me to do all this, but it's a nice place. If you guys want to have a stay in Vengurla, I want you to be sure that you can get a good place in Vengurla. So that's the place to look for. I'll leave you here now. The trip ends here. The trip ends here. Chutti khatam babu. School shuru. It's going to be very hard for me to go to work on Wednesday. Okay, I'm all set to leave. It's a nice place where I've stayed today. Darya Raja restaurant. I'll leave its Google card in the video description. I'm all ready to leave. Now it's going to be 400 kilometers ride straight away, and I'm also going through the Amboli Ghat section, which is going to take a little bit of time. That's a tough road. Whoa, bear with me, baby, bear with me. अब्बा कितना लाल मिट्टी है, पूरा गियर पे चिपक जा रहा. A calm afternoon with multiple cups of chai, a favorite book, and the sea roaring in the background. I guess that's what you call a bliss. To be honest, I was in no mood to leave Vengurla, the hometown to Konkani heritage, rich in marine life. The authenticity of food and spices and the simplicity of localites is unmatchable. There are a couple of places that I wanted to visit in Vengurla, including the iconic lighthouse that I missed this time too. But due to the duty calls, I had to keep those places unticked in my bucket list.
So expect another trip to Vengurla soon, and no matter how many times I come here, I never get bored. Now ahead of me was 400 odd kilometers ride to Pune. Initial narrow roads were a challenge, and having no dividers on the road means unnecessary overtaking. As those initial roads were rolled out, I was on not so wide but the beautiful Ghat section of Amboli. This place is a heaven in monsoons. Since it was November, the weather was kind of chilling, but the sun kept me warm. While the roads were composed of too many twisties, at every corner the view and the greenery was breathtaking. Journey is not happy all the times, but on the other hand you get to see your family and get to crash on your bed, which is happiness in itself. But rides have always been close to my heart. It feels good to be lost in the right direction. And once you travel, the voyage never ends, but it is played over and over again in the quietest chamber of your mind. Even if your body does, but your mind never break off from the journey.